were meant to stay encrypted. But some signals were never meant to be found. They originate from the void. Welcome to the unindexed world. Are kept in the dark.
Think about the apps on your phone right now. Google Maps, Instagram, Uber. All of these platforms track your physical location using standard GPS. They know exactly where you are standing, where you shop, and where you sleep. To the modern world, this is completely normal. We traded our privacy for convenience a long time ago. But what if there was an app that didn't just track where you physically stand? What if there was an app that could track what you are thinking? Imagine software that claims to use quantum physics to read your subconscious mind, generate a highly specific set of coordinates, and send you to a real-world location that perfectly matches your deepest, darkest thoughts. Welcome to Randonautica. To millions of teenagers around the world, it started as a fun internet trend, a viral phenomenon that exploded on TikTok and YouTube during the global lockdowns when everyone was trapped at home and desperate for adventure. But as thousands of ordinary people began downloading the app and following its bizarre instructions, the game quickly twisted into a living nightmare. People who asked the app for adventure didn't find fun games. Instead, they found secret buried boxes, highly unsettling hidden messages, satanic symbols in the woods, and in some terrifying cases, actual human remains. Is Randonautica just a harmless random number generator that benefits from coincidence? Or is it a psychological trap connected to something much darker, designed to lure unsuspecting victims into isolated, dangerous locations? Today, we are opening the forbidden files of the app that knows too much. To understand the psychological horror of Randonautica, we first have to look at the strange science behind its creation. The creators of the app claim that the software is built on the principles of quantum randomness and human consciousness. When you open the app, it doesn't just drop a pin on a map. First, it asks you to choose a maximum distance around your current location. Then, the screen goes dark and a message appears. It tells you to close your eyes, clear your mind, and concentrate on a single, powerful intent. An intent can be absolutely anything. You can focus your mind on a color like something yellow, an emotion like peace, or dark concepts like danger, mystery, or even death. While you are focusing on this specific thought, the app connects via the internet to a massive quantum random number generator located at a university in Australia. This machine measures the completely unpredictable fluctuations of subatomic particles. The app takes these quantum numbers and converts them into geographic coordinates on your map. The creators of Randonautica made a wild sci-fi claim. They insisted that human thoughts can mentally influence quantum mechanics. In simple terms, they told the world that your mind can literally bend reality and alter the physical location the machine chooses for you. If you think about something scary, the quantum universe will guide your steps right to it. When the app launched in early 2020, the tech world laughed. Skeptics called it a psychological gimmick. But within weeks, users started uploading their real-world footage online, and the laughter stopped. The coincidences were becoming too specific, too violent, and too terrifying to ignore. One of the earliest viral cases involved a young woman in Ohio. She opened the app, closed her eyes, and focused her intent on the word trauma. The app generated a set of coordinates just 3 miles away from her house, leading to an empty, quiet intersection. She got into her car and drove to the exact spot. For the first few minutes, nothing happened. The street was completely empty. She began to film a video laughing at the app for failing, but just as she was about to turn off her camera, a loud screeching sound echoed through the air. A speeding car lost control, smashed directly into another vehicle right in front of her, and flipped over. She was the only witness to a horrific, bloody accident. The app didn't just find trauma, it timed her arrival perfectly so she would witness it. In another highly documented incident, 2 friends in a small town used the app and late at night. Their chosen intent was unexplained mystery. The app guided them down a dark dirt road into a deep forest. When their headlights hit the exact coordinates, they saw a woman standing completely alone in the middle of the road. She was wearing a tattered white dress, crying hysterically and staring directly into the woods. Terrified, the boys rolled down their window and asked if she needed help. The woman didn't speak. She slowly turned her head, looked directly into their camera with wide, vacant eyes, and pointed into the darkness behind their car. When the boys looked at their phone screen, they realized the app's GPS pin was floating directly over the pitch-black bushes she was pointing at. They hit the gas and fled the scene, leaving the crying woman behind in the dark. But everything changed on June 19th, 2020. This was the day Randonautica crossed the line from a creepy internet urban legend into a brutal, real-world criminal investigation. A group of teenagers in Seattle, Washington, decided to download the app to film a funny video for their TikTok accounts. They sat in their car, opened Randonautica, and concentrated on their intent. They chose the words travel and adventure, hoping the app would send them to a cool view or an abandoned theme park. Instead, the app dropped a pin on a rocky, isolated beach near the Seattle waterfront. The teenagers walked down to the coordinates by the water. The beach was empty, but as they reached the exact spot indicated by their phone screens, they noticed something out of place. Sitting alone on the wet rocks, right where the tide met the shore, was a single old black plastic suitcase. Laughing and joking for their TikTok video, the teenagers approached the suitcase. One of them began filming, while another used a long wooden stick to poke at the luggage. They thought maybe it was filled with stolen clothes or money. But the moment the stick forced the zipper open, the atmosphere completely changed. An incredibly foul, overwhelming, and unforgettable smell exploded out of the suitcase. It was the scent of pure rot. The teenagers instantly choked. Inside the suitcase, they could see a heavy black industrial garbage bag wrapped tightly in tape. Realizing this was not a joke, they stopped filming, ran up the cliffs, and immediately called 911. When the Seattle Police Department and homicide detectives arrived, they cordoned off the entire beach. Upon opening the suitcase and another bag found floating nearby in the water, the gruesome reality was uncovered. Inside were the butchered, dismembered human remains of 2 people, 28-year-old Jessica Lewis and 36-year-old Austin Wenner. They had been shot and brutally murdered days before. The TikTok video filmed by the teenagers went viral across the globe, gaining tens of millions of views before being taken down. The world was frozen in shock. How did a supposedly random quantum computer operating from a university server thousands of miles away send a group of random teenagers to a hidden, double murder crime scene at the exact day, the exact hour, and the exact coordinates before the tide washed the evidence away? The creators of Randonautica released a statement insisting it was nothing more than a tragic, one-in-a-million statistical anomaly. But to the internet, that explanation was completely hollow. As the terror grew, independent cybersecurity experts and white-hat hackers began dissecting the app's code. They wanted to know what Randonautica was really doing behind the slick interface and the talk of quantum physics. And what they uncovered points to a terrifying theory. Many programmers argue that the app doesn't use quantum subatomic particles at all. Instead, they believe Randonautica is secretly connected to a massive automated data scraping network, possibly operating through hidden servers in the deep web. Think about how much data your phone collects. The app has permission to access your GPS, your camera, your search history, and your local device data. The theory suggests that Randonautica's algorithm analyzes your profile, tracks local police scanners, monitors recent crime statistics, and searches for unlisted, isolated geographic locations, like abandoned buildings, dense forests, or dark alleyways. It deliberately drops pins in areas that are high risk or lonely to create a psychological illusion of mystery. When you go to a creepy place looking for something scary, your brain experiences what psychologists call confirmation bias. You will interpret a broken doll, a rusty knife, or an empty house as a sign that the app read your mind, when in reality, it just sent you to a place where trash and crime naturally accumulate. But there is an even darker theory lurking in the underground forums of the internet. Some digital investigators believe that Randonautica has been intercepted or secretly funded by human trafficking networks, modern cults, or dark web red room syndicates.